Hi, I'm Paul from Velo Works, and this lovely bike has just rolled out the workshop, and it's work that I absolutely love undertaking on bikes. So come join me, I'll show you the bike and show you what I've done to get it dialed in. Sweet. So here we have a staple of the bike world, probably made around 10 years ago. It's the Genesis Croix De Fer, a really good bike, a real bike with longevity. We find that people who own these bikes generally don't get rid of them. They really love them and keep them forever. And this one needed a little bit of love. The group set was worn, the wheels were worn, so the customer has employed us, commissioned us, told us that they would like to have it fully upgraded. And I absolutely love doing this work. We fitted a nice new group set that I'll take you through in a minute. I've put in some hand-built wheels and the bike is ready to go for 10 plus years. It's a really good way of investing in bikes, or the bike that you have, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. But first off, let's see what I've done to this bike. So for this build, we've gone for a lovely Shimano Tiagra group set, a really good modern group set where technology's trickled down from other higher end group sets over the years. So it's a really good responsive group set. Also, it still costs money, obviously, but repair bills are much cheaper. So rather than going down like the 11 or 12 speed route, which is great for some customers, this is a bit more of a workhorse, kind of leisure rides, and the customer doesn't want to face massive bills every time he has to replace chains and cassettes. So this was a really nice standard of group set for him. We've got a 50-34 tooth chain set. I believe it's 172.5, which matches the old one. We've got 11 to 32 tooth cassette. We've got lovely levers. And what we've done is we've hooked them up to the original TRP brakes. There was a little issue with the rear one, but I've solved that with a new rotor, new brake pads, and a nice new cable. Really important. Sometimes your brake cables and gear cables can be hindering your gears and brakes working well and everything flowing. You've got lots of springs and lots of mechanisms that want the cables to be nice and clean and lubricated and moving, and if that stops happening, then parts of the brakes or gears don't work. So I've put a lovely nice new cable. We have finished the bike off. I'm going to come to the wheels in a second with my favorite go-to bar tape. It's Profile Designs bar tape. Their drive bar tape fits really nice. You can kind of loop it over closer together. So here, for example, it's much spongier where your hand's going to be, so I've done that, and it's just a really nice pliable bar tape with loads of longevity. So over to the wheels. So one issue with the bike was the dish was off on the rear wheel. Basically that means that the rim wasn't central over the hub. So when the customer came to put wider tyres than what's on at the moment, it was rubbing on the frame slightly on one side. So I rectified that issue, but through looking at the rear wheel, the rear free hub, which the cog slot onto, was pretty knackered. So through consultation with the customers, he wanted to upgrade the wheels anyway. So he thought, well, might as well get it all done at Velo Works. Why not? This is, I guess, an older standard now of axles. So it's quick release axle. These days people have through axles. So the Deore M6000 hub is a really good choice for this build. It pairs really nicely with the cassette. You don't have to use washers behind anything. So it's a really good option. And then we brought them together using DT Swiss double butted spokes, Pro-Lock nipples on some G540 rims. So these rims have a 24mm internal width, and they're really good for tyres from like 35C all the way up to 50. So really nice. I believe he's going to put his wider tyres on it, which are with him. So they've built really nicely, and they're a great wheel set. Funnily enough, it's quite funny in the workshop and with Velo Works, we get like a week of doing similar stuff. So it could be like a week of titanium bikes, a week of carbon road bikes, a week of rim brake wheels. This week has been, I think we sold 3 sets of this spec of wheels. So it's like, which has been really simple for spoke calculations and everything like that. It makes it a bit quicker. So yeah, funny. That's what this week's been about. Deore M6000 hubs and G540 rims. So the bike's fully dialed in, really. It's got new hubs, so they were all nicely serviced. It's had a new bottom bracket. It's had everything cut and chased in the bottom bracket, so everything, all the threads are nice, all re-greased. Headset's been done to the bike. It is absolutely brand new. So yeah, all that's left really is for the customer to enjoy it. But one little point, let's have a talk about the sustainability of doing this type of work to this bike. I believe, and I think Sarah believes as well, oh, hello bird, that it's a really good option in this day and age for lots of different reasons to have a bike like this for 10 years and then reinvest in it. If you watch our channel enough, you know that that's what we do. We've had bikes that we've owned and we've done up. We've acquired bikes and we refurbish them, and we end up putting quite a lot of money into the bikes. But these are products that are going to be let with us for all of our life. And for this gentleman, this is a really good way to have a product and give it a second lease of life. So the bike cost X however many years ago. It would have been a lot cheaper than they are these days. And he's put X into, he's had it for 10 years and he's put X into it, getting it back into this condition. And what's he got for the price? Well, he's got a new group set, loads of longevity in it, fully guaranteed by us. Any issues with it will come straight out. Not that there is much issues with Shimano products. Also, he has a set of hand-built wheels. Well, in this day and age, it's quite difficult to get a hand-built set of wheels on a bike that you purchase new, especially up to like the £2,000–2,500 mark. So this is a really good option to take a bike and really customize it and just make it work for the customer better. And again, this is probably going to cost over a 10-year period, the customers say £100 a year. And really, it's a really good investment in a bike, in a steel frame bike, in a current steed. So I'm a big fan of this type of circular way of using bikes and making sure that the steeds that we love carry on and on and on. I could go on about it all day, but I do think it's a real good option. I think it's a great option at the moment for the bike industry, not for the bike industry, but for you, because in the bike industry, sometimes there's not great options for bikes up to like 1,500. I've seen bikes where there are things that are a little bit questionable on the quality. The wheels could be a lower quality, some aspects of the bike that I'd just feel a bit like, actually, what are you paying for? I've even had some examples way up, even higher, where it's just a bit questionable what you're actually getting for your money. So really, if you do love your current steed, this is a great option. So thanks for watching and letting me waffle on about jobs that I absolutely love. I love taking frames and just chucking all of our really nice components and hand-built wheels on them. I love it all day long. Just think it's great. And thank you for letting me waffle on about sustainability of bikes and how we can make them more sustainable. I love it. It's what we're about here. You know, we sell products that go on and on and on, and we guarantee all of our work. It's all, for us, the integrity of what we do is all about longevity and making sure that products and work we do is of good value to the customer and sustainable. So it's just important to us. It's what we like to do. So thanks for watching. And if you like my waffle, please subscribe.